Hi, and welcome to London News. I'd like to welcome Kevin Arnott, which was one time known as the Reverend Kevin Arnott from Canada. Kevin is no stranger to having YouTube channel chats here in Australia. He's been doing it for quite a while, and I'd like to welcome him aboard, and it's great to see you again, Kevin. And we have a number of questions for you, and of course some of the questions will be private, and of course some of them will be per publication. So I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of our friends here in Australia, welcome you on board. Thanks for coming on. Do you have any advice for us in setting up the Common Law Court? What steps we should do? And this would obviously help us in our endeavour.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you that when things don't get off the ground, it's often because people don't have a specific issue or project to work on together. You gotta find some issue that you can start campaigning on and bring evidence on, and something concrete to work on. Also, it's often the case that there's all this natural skepticism people have. They want to see it working before they join it. Just got to impress on people that they have to take responsibility for this, otherwise.
So I have a question here from somebody who just asked me. In setting up the peace officers, how can we appoint them? What would you recommend initially? And what type of people would you suggest that we actually elect? So the question is, what kind of man and woman would you suggest that we appoint to become sheriffs initially to get the city?
Well, if it's just for your own local stuff, it's fine to kind of elect people. Often we find in some of the groups I work with, some guys will naturally step forward and say, I'm willing to do security in that. And we have kind of a little bulletin on basics for a common law sheriff people need to know. So you can start that way, but when it gets bigger and push comes to shove, you're definitely going to need professionals getting people trained in police methods to start working with this. We're trying to win over people who have the knowledge, right, rather than starting it from scratch ourselves, right? So that's kind of a double-headed approach. Yeah, initially, and as long as they're serious about it and willing to take it on, and I can send you, we have like just a little bulletin on common law sheriff training I can send you. But yeah, it's not even so who does it so much as are they going to stick with it, right? And that's the important part. Yeah, I would say don't try to do too much too soon. Do what you're able to do, and we find that if people go public too quickly, you start getting targeted. So you got to have your security in place and have a solid group around you, people who will rely on it, who can rely on each other and know your back is covered. So like we don't open our meeting. Once we get a core group solidified, we don't invite anyone else into those meetings. We just keep it to ourselves. I mean, you can do broader public events, but keep your core group secret for now, right?
That is.
Hey, Barry, I just sent you as a PDF the sheriff training manual we use. I just emailed it to you.
Oh, Kevin, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time here this morning, and we've taken up quite a bit of it, so we'll do a little, edit this down to a short video, because sometimes when they're really long, people just don't want to hear most of the stuff they heard all the time. But your advice has been well and really appreciated, and we thank you very much, and we'd like to say goodbye to you here from Australia, and obviously hi to the people in Canada, and thank you very much for popping on.
Say goodbye.
We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, Barry.
Okay, thanks very much, Kevin. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah, cheers.